Welcome back, everybody. So today we're back at my deer lease and we're going to do another pattern test. So I've jumped on the Boss bandwagon. I got a couple boxes last season and I really liked how they performed. I never patterned them, so I wanted to come out here and try to see what was going on with the pattern. I listened to some of you guys in my comments from other pattern tests, and I've done, as you can see behind me back here, I've gotten a 30-inch circle on a nice big piece of cardboard. What I actually did, so some of you guys who are looking to find cardboard that big, U-Haul. Go to the U-Haul store. They sell a bundle of 10 for like $22, and you can cut it in half. I'll show you guys later on in the video, but you can cut that in half and you can get twice as many boxes, of course, out of it. So it works really well. I've got them stapled back here to a burn pile. I've got the same Beretta A400 Extreme Unico. And what I'm going to test today is I'm going to test out my two chokes that I run, two choke brands that I run. I run the Kicks High Flyer, both full and modified, and I also have the Patternmasters, both Code Black Goose and Code Black Duck. So I want to see how they perform today. And the two loads for Boss I'm looking at right here, I'm looking at the 2 3/4 number 5 shot, because I hear you guys are all out there saying how they just destroy birds and they're great. And I'm also running the 3-inch number 3 and 5 shot mix. I shot these this last season. I dropped some birds pretty well. So again, shooting the A400 Extreme Unico from a solid rest with a chair. I'm sitting at 35 yards from the target. Some of you guys gave me a little guff about shooting at 25 yards. Again, for me personally, where I shoot, 25 is my bread and butter. 20 to 25 is kind of the bread and butter when they come in and decoy. We do shoot 35 to 45 yards, or 30 to 45 yards, give or take in the bay. So I figured I'd split the difference and go 35 yards out, just to kind of give a little bit of a pattern from between that 30 and 40 yard range. So anyway, if you have any suggestions, definitely put them in the comments below. But this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna keep it pretty short and sweet. I'm gonna shoot these rounds. I'm not gonna show all the footage of me shooting because that gets redundant and boring. And then when I get back, I'll mark everything up on the board. You guys can take a look at it. Fast forward to the video if you want to see how they perform, and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so I just finished the 35 yard shot. I just got done marking the targets with red. I'm not sure what's going on with me, but I'm shooting pretty high right now. I had this thing really honed in at 25 yards, shooting a good tight pattern, but that was also with heavy hammer loads, number 4 shot. So I've switched it up. So that's another reason why I'm out here doing this, to see what I'm doing, what I'm shooting. So this is the 35 yard shot. I'm going to show you what these look like. I'll post some pictures here shortly. But this is a Kicks High Flyer right here. And if we're gonna go over here to the Patternmaster, which clearly I'm shooting high on the Patternmaster. So anyway, if you got any suggestions on why I'm shooting high, I've played with this shotgun a couple times before season, during season. I've shimmed it up based off some recommendations from you guys, and it could just be shooter error, but again, I'm shooting from a solid rest, same point of reference across the board, so we'll see. So anyway, I'm gonna play with a couple more shots here and see what we can get out of those, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so I've narrowed it down. I like the way the Patternmaster Code Black Goose and the Kicks High Flyer full choke are patterning, and that's kind of part of the course for what Boss had said in a couple videos, that the full chokes, extra fulls, are what does the best with them. I don't know a lot about Boss. I'm not a Boss rep. Again, they knocked some birds down through the season for me, and I like that. The pattern is okay for what I'm seeing right now. That was at 35 yards, so now I've scooted up to 25 yards. Like I said earlier, our kind of sweet spot is anywhere between 20 to 35 yards for our shots where I'm hunting at. We only get longer shots when we're hunting the bay and we're getting some crossing shots or we're goose hunting. But I personally like this distance at 25 yards. So I'm gonna see how these two chokes pattern. The 2 3/4 number 5 shot is what actually I liked a little bit better on paper. It's just my opinion, so take it for what it is. Again, I'll post pictures of everything at the end of the video so you guys can have your own decision on what looks good to you and what doesn't. I was shooting a little high, so I'm gonna try to see if that's still the case at 25 yards. It's probably shooter error, but again, I've got a solid rest, same point of reference, so we'll see what happens. So stay tuned, let's see what happens at 25 yards. All right guys, so here's the test of the 25 yards. Here's the Boss 3-inch number 3 and 5 combination with the Kicks High Flyer. This is the Kicks High Flyer full Boss 2 3/4 number 5 combination. And here's the Patternmaster Code Black Goose 25 yards Boss 3-inch 3/5 combination. And then over here is the Patternmaster Code Black Goose 25 yards Boss 2 3/4 number 5 shot. It's a pretty tight pattern. Yeah, I know some of you guys are saying, well, that's 25 yards. Again, that's where I usually shoot my ducks, is at 25 yards. So I want to see what it does at 25 yards. I've done the 35 yards. I say hi to Sweet Pea. Come on, baby. There you go. She's getting a drink of water. I'm gonna go join the girls. Let her get out of here before we start. So I had 4 targets left over, and I really liked how the 2 3/4 number 5 shot was running. So I wanted to put it again at the 35 yard mark and just kind of redo my aiming process, because I think that I was aiming a little high on my own. For those of you that didn't follow, I took a buddy's advice and I took my bead off my gun. You can see here. He told me I was getting in my head a little too much and just needed to focus on the bird, not the bead. So towards the end of the season, I started doing that, and I started knocking some birds down, so I had a lot more success. But I think I noticed more on the first go around that I wasn't really looking down the rib like I should be. So I just shot the 2 3/4 number 5 out of both the full choke Kicks High Flyer and the Code Black Goose. All right guys, so you saw the first round of me shooting at 35 yards, and I think I was shooting a little high. Didn't get a great representation of the pattern. I moved it into 25 yards, which is more of my sweet spot when I'm duck hunting, and got some good results in the pattern that you saw. So what I wanted to do was take it back to the 35 yard range, and I wanted to shoot the 2 3/4 number 5 shot because I like that patterning a little bit better, and I like the shot. Everybody raves about those little shorties, and I definitely like the less recoil when shooting if I'm getting the same payload downrange. So what I did was I reshot both the Kicks High Flyer full and the Patternmaster Code Black duck with the 2 3/4 number 5, and I got to tell you, man, just right now looking at it, you can't go wrong with either pattern or either choke, should I say. Here's the results of these. This one right here is the Kicks High Flyer full choke at 35 yards with the Boss 2 3/4 number 5. Pretty good pattern at 35 yards. And then next to it is the Patternmaster Code Black Goose. Same yardage, 35, same Boss ammunition, 2 3/4 number 5. Again, I think you can't go wrong with either one of these. If you have these chokes in your bag, You can't go wrong with either one. I thought about pushing it back and going back to 45, 50 yards, but mainly because some of you guys have made comments about, you know, aftermarket chokes. I got to shoot it, you know, 40 to 60 yards, give or take. And truthfully, I just don't care. I mean, I shoot it between 20 to 35 yards during my hunts. I'm not looking to stretch it out to 50 yards. I don't find, in my opinion, for me, as a new waterfowler, I don't feel comfortable shooting 50 yards at a duck moving. So I like to shoot decoying birds, which 35 yards is a good stretch for me. If I see what my pattern's doing at 25 and 35 yards, I can imagine what it's doing at 45 yards. So 45, I should be good with this pattern that's on the board at 35. So say what you want, guys. That's just what I do. It's what I'm shooting. This is education for me. I'm trying to help you guys out as well, because when I go to look for a choke, I want to see videos, see different things, what's happened. So I want you guys to know exactly what I'm getting results out of my loads. Again, I have a video I did before with, I think it was heavy hammer and number 4s, and they patterned awesome at 25 yards. I know some of you guys laugh about it, but again, 25 yards for me tells me if I'm shooting high, low, and it's kind of my bread and butter on cupped up birds coming in. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll post some pictures here next so you can see exactly what the patterns look like moving on. And then if you like what you saw, give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell button so you can get notified when I have a new video coming out. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you have any suggestions for me, or have anything you want me to do different, or think I can do better on it, leave the comment below. Just you know, I really do appreciate you guys watching. So stay tuned till next time. We'll see you. Peace.